Hello and welcome to the next in the series of webinars from Getronics. My name is Mark Hall and I would firstly like to thank you very much for investing the time today and your interest in EnergyWise from Getronics. My role is to work with you to understand your business challenges and match the right solution to those requirements. I'm responsible for our Cisco offering, of which EnergyWise is a component, and I'd be very happy to engage further after the webinar to discuss any element in further detail. So let's begin the session by going through the agenda. In today's webinar, I will discuss Getronics and our end-to-end IT services, the need to act and understand some of the drivers for growth in energy management, the typical profile and energy usage in your business, the Getronics EnergyWise proposition, realizing the benefits of the EnergyWise solution, a demonstration of the EnergyWise software, and we conclude in a question and answer session. If you do have any questions as we go through, please use the Ask a Question button in the webinar to submit them, and we will do our best to answer them at the end. Okay, so let's begin. The EnergyWise solution sits within our partner technology portfolio offering, which supports across our end-to-end IT services. So the first question I need to answer is, what is EnergyWise from Getronics? Let me begin to address that by showing our short offering video.
Every organisation faces increasing external pressure to lower its carbon footprint, as well as the internal need to minimise energy use to help deliver efficiency targets. But finding out specifically how energy is used, where and for what, can be easier said than done. As one of Cisco's few gold status global technology partners, at Getronics, we can help. Using tailored Cisco EnergyWise solutions, we will connect to, monitor, and report back on the energy usage of every IP-enabled device in your business. It can even report on building management systems. As an agentless piece of software, it requires no integration with your existing infrastructure, so it's easy to implement. Having a new accurate data source means you can review over and underutilized devices, as well as carry out modeling within the system to identify where costs and CO2 emissions can be lowered in line with regulatory requirements before investments are made, so everyone benefits. Once you have determined where savings can be made, EnergyWise provides a quick and easy mechanism to implement policies to control your entire IP estate. Bringing complete visibility and management over your estate, this multifaceted tool can stand alone or connect into Getronics' suite of managed workspace services. Interested? Then sign up to the discovery phase and experience the immediate benefits for yourselves.
So we have explained at a high level the business challenges that are addressed by EnergyWise. Now let's look at them in a little more detail. There are drivers in the marketplace today that relate to why energy management is important to us all. Either as a company or an individual, we can see environmental concerns and pressures on a daily basis. The data center is coming under increasing pressure regarding the energy usage, and based upon geographical location, this can be a real problem due to the lack of power from the energy suppliers available. There are increased competitive pressures to continuously do things better, cheaper, and deliver faster product or services in our ever-evolving business environment. Continued escalation of energy prices is driving companies to look at other ways to reduce their infrastructure running costs. It is estimated energy prices will increase by 20% in the UK, and this will be similar in other countries. Regulatory requirements and pressures on a company and its executives to report and reduce CO2 emissions is now a standard practice. Everything above is what people would like to be able to do, but where is the business case to drive this behaviour forward? IT energy consumption is between 25 and 80% of the enterprise energy consumption of a company, and is still the largest unmanaged expense. Generally, energy consumption in a typical enterprise can be categorised into building management systems and IT systems. The IT systems consumption is between 25 and 80% of the total energy consumed within a business. So let's look at how this unmanaged IT energy expense is typically broken down within a company. As you can see, of the 25%, the IT equipment is broken down into a number of areas. PCs, laptops and monitors generally are the largest area where energy is consumed. Servers, either on-site or in your data center, are always using energy and waiting to provide services 24 hours a day. Printers within your organization, either managed or owned, are also drawing continuous power. All of these have one thing in common. They're all providing critical services for your company during office hours or when they are needed. So what if we could realise savings for when these devices are not in use? So what exactly is EnergyWise? EnergyWise is an agentless software-based energy management tool which can manage phones, printers, monitors and servers and other IP devices. EnergyWise can interact with building management systems. This software is not restricted by manufacturer and it will work with either Cisco and non-Cisco devices. Implementation requires no change to your current infrastructure as it is agentless, and there is zero additional footprint required on any of your IP devices. So how does EnergyWise work? Essentially, the EnergyWise software utilises the network to measure, monitor and manage your energy consumption across your infrastructure. The network becomes centralised enforcer for power management. The software uses the Cisco switches for the arbitration of the energy management for your devices and utilises the network to report on all attached devices and on power use. The network can then be used to provide centralised, secure and reliable energy management for your business. After EnergyWise is fully deployed and operational, the solution can provide you with up to 35% savings in energy consumption. This is achieved by identifying energy wastage and reducing operational expense through productivity-based profiling. EnergyWise can show you 100% visibility of the data center energy consumption and usage for physical and virtual devices. With this visibility, you can increase your efficiency by identifying equipment to virtualize, retire, or better manage and increase your rack density for services deployed. Due to software being an agentless nature, we expect to see a typical 3 to 6 months return on investment, depending on the chosen energy profiles deployed. This is not a voltage optimization appliance. There are no meters to deploy, no configuration changes, and uses your existing infrastructure. This will also be delivered by our Getronics certified consultants and project management teams. The Getronics EnergyWise proposition has been defined into 3 phases for our customers. Phase 1 is a discovery service which identifies the current baseline of your energy usage on a selection of devices. We then present back an executive summary and an energy consumption baseline report. Phase 2 will be the creation of designs based on mutually agreed energy saving scenarios. And Phase 3 is the implementation of the agreed policies to then start reduction of your energy usage and CO2 emissions. So why choose Getronics? Getronics are one of a few globally accredited Cisco Gold partners who are able to deploy this solution. We can integrate EnergyWise into other Getronics service offerings available in our portfolio, and we would be happy to discuss your requirements on an individual basis regarding EnergyWise and how it can best fit your business requirements. We're now going to show you our live interactive EnergyWise management suite. Firstly, we're presented with a front dashboard that we've called Executive Management. You can customize these to bring you any number of reports to the front so you can see them at a very generic top level. Let's have a look at some of the others that we've customized. We have an IT dashboard. We have a facilities locations dashboard. And we also have a facilities power dashboard of each of the individual locations. So let's go back and have a quick look at the executive management dashboard. This gives us a complete overview of the power usage across our entire infrastructure, currently at 9.65 kilowatts. We also have a chart underneath with regards to our level of power across the week and how that looks, so we can identify if there are any spikes in particular areas. The device information at the top tells the number of devices we've actually found across our infrastructure, the current number that are on, the current number that are off, that are in standby or hibernation. This is also grouped together by device type in the following chart underneath, as I'm highlighting now. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner the total savings is also positioned on this dashboard. It's currently positioned as nothing, as there are no savings being gleaned, as we haven't got any policies set as this is running in our laboratories. Let's just have a look at some of the other dashboards for a moment. The IT dashboard is actually more to do with the appliance itself and the actual software, and also to do with the scanning that's actually happening across the network with regards to the devices, so that you can actually see real-time activity and messages that are coming in at that particular moment in time. We've put together a locations dashboard so we can see the individual locations we have and the number of devices that we actually have in those particular areas. We've then put a ranking dashboard together so you can see each of the individual sites put side by side, so you can actually see how the power usage is across your entire locations and infrastructure. Currently, as you can see, in Shannon is actually the highest drawer currently. So let's have a look at the actual devices that we found across our current infrastructure. This dashboard gives us an entire view with regards to the devices found, their current power status, and also we can break them down by location, device type, business unit, model, and VMware structure, should that be of interest with a particular device. One area is quite interesting to some people around how many different manufacturers you have within your organisation. As you can see here, at an instant, you can get a view of all the different types that you have in your infrastructure. Let's just look at this top one here with regards to 350 watts to find out exactly what it is. So this is a printer that we have sitting in our office in Reading, and we can actually have a look at that from a point of view of seeing what energy it's using currently, 350 watts, and then we can actually see, with regards to its profile, actually what is its consumption during its life cycle. Here we can see that it's 2000 watts when it's actually being used, 350 watts in idle, and actually has a lower percentile usage when it's in standby. So 1.5 watts compared to 350 watts, as you can imagine, is quite a jump. If we have a look at one of these machines here, which is a VMware host, again, we can actually have a look to see what its utilization is. 1.09% is not particularly high, but you have to question its use with regards to the child devices that are within it. We can actually see those particular VMware servers in action. So we can see that there's 3 on here, and they're actually all running. So even though they're all running, they're only running at 1% capacity of the actual server. With EnergyWise, you can restrict the actual front-side bus speed of these servers in a downwards direction to save power, thus bringing the utilization up. If it was dynamically needed, that front-side bus speed can be automatically pushed back up to take up the extra load, should that be required at that point. So that just gives you a view of a couple of types of devices that we have on our infrastructure. As I stated to you earlier, we don't actually have any policies running on this particular machine. So we're not gleaming any savings. I've put in a particular option here for our printers. Should we wish to make that go live now, I could actually action that out to all our machines on site across our infrastructure, suggesting we can turn our printers off Saturday and Sunday outside of business hours, just putting them into standby. If you recall, it was the difference on the major printer we looked at earlier of 350 watts down to 1.5 watts. That's quite a significant amount of saving. Now we're going to look at some scenario reports. The scenario report function enables you to create actual time-based pattern scenarios driven by live data from your discovered energy profiles on your devices. For example, you can create an offline report based on turning off your printers from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and off all weekend, as previously discussed. You can see that below as a graphical representation of the Monday to Sunday week in a 24-hour period. So let's have a look at what that report would yield. This will provide you with a report from your live energy baseline with our scenario now added. And it can yield a 51% reduction in energy consumption overall. Bear in mind, you can run these reports across all your devices together or separated as individual customized reports. As you can see on the side here, I've done the same for monitors, IP VoIP phones, printers, phones and monitors, and just monitors on their own. So let's have a look at some more of the detailed reports now. Within this section, you can generate standard reports for energy cost savings, energy consumption, carbon savings, carbon emissions, and device model reports. You can even find out about model report comparisons. This is exceptionally useful for ROI modelling reports should you be looking to upgrade to future machines. You can do complete model analysis, and you can actually look at replacing models with a different device. So you can select a particular model to analyse. Let's just say it's a Cisco Catalyst 3700. You can choose that particular type and say it's a switch, and then you can actually model those reports against the machine that you don't even have on your network at the moment, and then project that out for 1 or 3 years to then see what sort of power draw the new machine is going to be against your existing. This will help with return on investment modelling up to CXO management or potentially any managerial project sign-off. Another area of interest for facilities and management is that you can actually put your locations on an actual graphical representation. This will show where all your offices are and also put the particular power usage in those areas. In summary, the EnergyWise Management Suite has much more functionality. We've only got a limited amount of time today, and hopefully this has given you a taster of what this suite can deliver. Recently, a customer who had 5,000 devices can actually expect to see a saving of £57,000 after project costs implementation and licensing over a 3-year period. They were rather surprised with this. If you're interested in a specific report or a particular area of functionality regarding your organisation and EnergyWise, then please contact me directly.